We're back for hour 3. Shall we continue?
Yeah, continue. So,
Donk's gonna be a caveman.
I'm going cave troll.
He's going spelunking.
No one's spelunking.
I was terrible
Oh.
at that game, so I'm screwed.
I
Was
was
it-
okay at that
what
game.
was it called? Spelunky, I think.
Yeah.
Spelunky.
Meaning, you were okay at that game. You
I
were
was okay.
very good at that game. Didn't you do the eggplant end too and everything?
No, I never got it, man. I wanted to be the
Oh.
first, but once I wasn't the first, I lost all of my.
Once you realized you weren't Banana Rex.
Right? Yeah. Once I realized I wasn't God.
You're not first, you're last.
That's right.
Also, I wanted to. Hold on, I'm gonna put those in there.
Yeah, those
Really
were the
quickly.
days. The Spelunky days.
Oh man, yeah.
This
Tell
is
me
the
about
early days of the YouTube.
nostalgia, dude.
Back when
There we
when
go.
YouTube channels like had a little individuality to them.
Forgot to say, somebody, I don't know who, but somebody commissioned for Ollie to make the plot yeti, and so I just threw it in chat. The two different images that he made. But somebody commissioned for Ollie to make the plot yeti and to
Oh
send it to
my
me.
God.
So I don't know who that was, but thank you
Oh,
for
wow.
whoever had commissioned that from Ollie. But it's plot yeti for her as a chop down, so we can
That
use
is
it in a future
horrendous.
session,
That is.
right? It's wicked cool. So
It's pretty crazy.
it's way better than the image I was using before. So
I like it's like kind of iridescent horn thing going on. They're like rainbow looking.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of a glow, huh?
Yeah.
It's just
Huh.
the dried blood from jamming the horn into rye.
Jesus Christ.
Get your consent. So you get to sorry, I was just distracted by that. I thought of it right before we were going live. I was like, oh, I gotta. So we as you guys go walking into the cave, as I said, they were like super stealthy. It was one of those things that kind of caught you off guard how well organized they are. But they're kind of super stealthy. As you go walking into the cave, you can see that this cave is significantly larger than you would have thought it was. Now, could you do me a favor? Oh, God, I upsets me that make me an intelligence check. There is no skill for it in this game.
All right.
Less is more. Less is more. Don't complain about 5e.
17.
Okay, so when you walk into the cave, like I said, you can see it's significantly larger than you would have expected as like a natural cave to be here.
Mhm.
But just like walking in and looking around, seeing how large it is, and that there's so many people inside here, and they're very well like set up. They're set up very militaristically with how it is that they can fit how many people in each area. We're not talking super like 17 inches exactly between each bedroll. Not that crazy, but it's still designed very well. You can see that the walls are clearly scratched out and chipped out very recently to widen up the cave in certain areas, or maybe it would have been an easier job and get lots of room for doing so. So they've obviously set up this spot here as a comfortable, quick place for them to stay for a long period of time. And clearly they have, because they've been here for at least 2 months as it is right now. That being said, you go walking in and they look over at the person that's leading you, and a bunch of them kind of toss a sideways glance. You're getting the impression that maybe this is the first time somebody has been led into the place from elsewhere. As you go walking through, eventually you go to the back area of the cave, and in the back area of the cave, you can see that there is inside, because it kind of splinters off to multiple little caverns, but one of the smaller ones, there's actually a tent set up inside there, so there's like a flap to make sure that you can't just like see around the corner. You go walking in, the flap, clearly you can tell by the way that it's hugging the wall because of like all the juts in from the wall against the flap, and it's designed to be ornate, so clearly it is a much more comfortable arrangement or setup that he has inside there. Leather flapping on the cave wall. Instead of staring at a cave, you have that, which gives this nice aroma of leather. There is lots of decorations around, whether it be like bones of animals or bones of dwarves or whatever the case may be, all around. Dressed well for a orc, dressed well, is wearing armor, does have weapons strapped to his side, does have really good posture, you would imagine, for an orc. And so as you go walking into the cave, it's one of those like, oh, this is somebody that clearly is the leader, clearly holds position, knows his position. His nickname is Prince, but that's not his real name. His real name is, don't tell me, Ugrith.
Correct.
Okay, so as you were walking in, He was actually standing outside of his tent. There was one person. As they go walking in, that orc spoke to the other one in front. He's like, "Who's he? He's here to see. He's here to see Prince." Like, "Oh, what's it?" Blah, 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 back and forth. Then he opens up the flap and calls into the prince, saying, "Ugrith, you have visitor from town. Says he here to help." And he waves for you to come in. So they both hang back. So the one that was actually sent to do this mission, he does not go in with you. Only you go in. So it's just you and Ugrith in there with the other two standing outside the flap.
Okay.
There you are. Wonderful aroma of leather surrounding you. Great decor in the person in front. And as you were walking in, he was clearly doing something, because you can see that his attention has just been thrown away from like the area where he was working. There's like papers and whatnot there. And he's standing up and looking you full on. And he says, "Who are you?"
I am Thunk, sent from Dark Arrow Keep to assist your people in attaining the gold of this town. I've been here for well over a month now.
You sent right behind me?
So it would seem. However, I spent my time in the city proper.
So you're saying that my father sent you to watch over my actions. What gives you authority or value for my father send you watch me?
He's like almost intelligent. I can hear it, like in the way he speaks. He's like borderline smart, but he's not there. I will kind of like, pull down just to show my symbol, and I'll put my holy book on the table, and it's like, it is my service to our God that gives me the right to do as I am.
Grumsh is Obold. Obold is Grumsh. He says, almost like a chant.
That's incorrect in my character's mind.
You also don't know of all the details of Obold. You just know that the Eye of Grumsh seems to watch
Over him and his people specifically.
because they've accomplished.
I won't
something
say
that has not
anything
been
to it.
accomplished in known history.
Yeah, I
You
won't
know
say
history.
anything to it. That's fine. Like that's that's fine. But I'll nod to it and let him continue.
Okay. So he's like, so you sent as Grumsh will watch over me by father, but you go town because you have them, so less scared. Okay. And now you talk me information town?
God, he's almost not stupid. God damn. Thunk nods. I have lots of information for you, Prince. Perhaps over the course of the next few days, I can help you and tell you what I learn.
You know of where gold from?
I'll nod.
We good at hunt dwarves, track, follow, no kill. But even their large nose not smell gold.
There's lots of gold within this town right now. Many people take it for their own, spend it in the city. I've seen it. We are to take it for our own.
Yes, we need equal take gold.
Equal
Others
take.
find.
What do you mean equal take?
We need find vein and take, add to wealth of Many Arrow Keep.
Yes. Take what the town has.
Yes, we find vein gold and keep it. I think you and I think different. You say take what town has, as in from homes. I say take from vein, from ground.
That is also a possibility. Basically, Thonk is like pushing his line, seeing what he's willing to do and what he's not. And it's very clear he's like, I don't want to fight. I just want to take from a vein. But Thonk is not going to push him because he has rank over me in this particular instance. But you know what my plan is here, so.
Oh, I know OG, but
Yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
well,
So I will humor him, say yes, agree, and then through the course of a week, 2 weeks, ingratiate myself with them as well, with the common men, the soldiers. Talk to this guy, give him information, but I'm not like I want to give him information piecemeal because I want my value to him to be elongated over just as opposed to just being like, I'm gonna get everything out of you once. I want to be important to him enough to have constantly invite me back. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I need to make myself important to him in his mind.
Yeah. So he's like, don't mind me, I'm munching blueberries. I'm like, ooh, blueberries.
Blueberries are delicious.
I know. So you so he's talking with you guys. So he says, okay, so me send find how get gold make dad coffer big. You come information about maybe gold where and about town. I take information, but what you get from deal? Father pay you?
I help Obald. I help Grumsh.
Grumsh is Obold. Obold is Grumsh.
Then I'll just like, pat my symbol and hopefully it's enough.
Okay. So he's like, if you come with information, if you come to make us stronger, if you come help Many Arrow Keep, you come join Many Arrow Keep?
I'm just trying to figure out how I would word it.
You're not from around here. Your voice, your face, it's not of our kind.
Far west, my home.
East.
Oh, far east, my home. Magic, bring me here.
I don't understand magic good, but I tell you
This is very
that
difficult.
many orc join Many Arrow Keep. Many arrow hard to break. Many arrow keep. You arrow you join, make arrow more many.
I was like, oh god.
Is he getting stupider the more I talk, or am I just realizing he's stupider the more we talk? I become arrow in quiver.
Or out quiver, yes. But if you come and help, we celebrate you come and help. First we drink. First we honor Grumsh. First we take our time and we enjoy the night. Then we go and we speak, talk.
Yes. God, I wish Grommen was here. This is Grommen's people right here.
So, sorry,
I was
this is
actually
making me
thinking
laugh.
that as soon as you started acting out the character, I was like, oh man, imagine you
This
were
is
like,
just
Grommen.
orcs.
and I was like, imagine if Grommen and him were having this conversation.
This is just orcs, man. This is just orcs.
Yeah.
Talking to orcs is hard
You
because
will
they're.
bash your face in.
Yeah, I know.
Can't really have a whole
God.
conversation.
So tonight you are expected to actually partake in drink and celebration. However, this is not in a tavern. This is partaking in drink and celebration in an orcish way. These are orcs that literally just won a war like a couple of years ago and are still very much in the war mode and expansion mode and that
Good.
kind of thing. So these are orcs that aren't like, okay, let's sit around in the town and get drunk and play some dice. Maybe somebody can bust out a loot and make some money doing it. These are those kind of little peach colored orcs that you find with like big poofy blonde.
That was a Muppet
chops.
orc, dude.
So. So these are those kind of orcs. These are like we're gonna have a rager dancing around a fire with like war
Good.
paint on us
Good.
and punching each other in the face.
Yep.
So, do you participate in this kind of celebration?
Yes, I have to be an orc. Why did I
So,
make an
but-
orc that is terrible at being an orc and a human?
You're a half orc. It's literally hated by both. They're like, ugh. You like get soil.
I
in
assumed
your
I would
blood.
not be going back to town tonight, basically.
Oh God, no.
Yeah.
For one, it took you almost a day to travel here,
Yeah.
and two, you're gonna be really drunk and hungover. And you already said to him over the course of several days it'll help. So the question is, do you participate in the party enough to be seen as participating in the party, or do you actually give into your orcish self to the semi-tribal way that you were raised and actually celebrate? Because it is all in the name of Grumsh and of many arrows.
For tonight and tonight alone, I'll probably just give in and be like, all right, fuck. I haven't done this in like a decade. Let's go.
Absolutely. So we don't need to make you roll any checks or anything like that. I imagine you like let it go. I mean, we're talking like Funk Gone Wild up in here. There's like cameras all around. This is gonna be on YouTube.
Whoa.
So, what? No.
No.
Oh, right. We're not gonna have like fun. Like, woo! So you have a great time with the orcs. You participate. You slake your thirst in more ways than one. And the next day, you are incredibly hungover. You are somebody that has not experienced this in a very long time. Luckily for you, is the next morning, working through that pounding migraine, you were able to get through your prayers to Grumsh, which luckily are practiced so well enough that the migraine doesn't interfere with it like at all. It's second nature to you. It's as easy as breathing, which gives you the spells to cast, lesser restoration and get rid of that damn hangover. So you're only hungover for a short period of time, and then you can kind of like go around camp and do what you need to do to like integrate with the orcs. Now, you have done in one night about as much work as you've done in 6 weeks in making friends amongst these orcs. I mean, the simple fact of the matter is, you are bruised, you are bloodied, you are hurt in many places. But you should see the other guys. You have participated in many acts of strength and violence and showing off to Grumsh. You've actually heard a few tales. Again, instantly being sober, it's easy for you to remember things. One of the cool things that you learned about King Obold Many Arrows is that the reason why, because kind of like you would subtly ask, why is Grumsh Obold and why is Obold Grumsh? Well, there was actually a ritual that happened a few years back now. A ritual that happens involving him and the highest clerics and shamans of Grumsh, including his son, that had him participating in certain acts, including one of them being literally grabbing a bull by the horns and breaking its neck. It was an act of like incredible feats of magnitude to Grumsh that in doing this supposedly gave him the essence of Grumsh into himself. So that being said, people in at least the Many Arrow tribe see him, Obold, as being synonymous with Grumsh. So to go against Obold's will is to go against the will of Grumsh, and is seen as heresy. And you would not only be punished by the law of the land, you'd be punished by the faith of the land, which in most lands is way worse when you're going back to more medieval times. You kind of come to understand why it is that they think that way. Comprende?
Gotcha. Yep.
Cool. So the next morning you get up and you're able to easily get into conversation with these orcs. Giving into those baser instincts like you chose to do, you're reminded of that like part of yourself, like before you had to make a check. You're reminded of that part of yourself that was raised in these tribes. Mm-hmm. It's almost like when I get drunk and hang out with people from Boston, my accent starts to come out and I'm like, damn it, I do not want to sound like this. It's like you're speaking with that nuance, your turns of phrase, you are literally everything, your body language is shifting to be enough to be like, hey, what the fuck, you guys? So like you actually are intermingling with them well, and this is a good thing because now when you go and speak to Prince himself, you change just enough that you don't seem like some weird foreigner from off in the other lands. You're able to see you as the orc that you are. So you do go and speak with him the next day. What information are you trying to give to him? It sounded like you were trying to tell him where the gold was. That's kind of like what he was picking up from it. That was pretty obvious. You were intentionally putting it that way. But what information are you trying to give to him?
I mean, I eventually, like, I just kind of want to piecemeal information for him because right now he's already given me what I need to know about him. where what he's attempting to do, and what his plans are. So I'll piecemeal information about like where people are getting gold, rivers, who tends to be taking the gold, etc., etc. My goal now is more to start whispering the seeds of dissent into his people, those particularly violent ones to start, the ones who seem more eager for war than anything, and start whispering the seeds of chaos and dissent amongst them over the course of a week or 2 weeks, until the first incident can happen.
Okay. So, how long do you intend to stay here then without heading back to town?
I would stay in this area maybe for like a couple days without heading back to town, but I need to make sure that I'm going back and forth, because I can't have the people I've made friends with be like, where'd Thonk go for 2 weeks? Because then I come back and now it's all of a sudden very suspicious that I was gone for 2 weeks, and so I need to bounce back and forth.
Gotcha. So how many days then did you say?
I'll say like a couple days with the orcs before I head back.
Okay. So do me a favor and roll me your persuasion check. But again, because you chose to give in to yourself, roll me your persuasion check with advantage to see if it's done. I'm just wondering, Scotch opened recently. I know wine can, but can Scotch like cork?
I have
Like,
no
is that
idea.
a thing?
I
Like,
have no idea.
like, can Scotch go bad in the bottle before it's ever opened? And I'm looking at the cork can. I'm like, I can't tell if that's a very slight thin like a mold that is on the cork, or just regular discoloration that might happen. But this can happen to wine, and it over oxidizes the wine, adds like a funny taste to it. Because this is literally my favorite Scotch ever in the history of ever. It's a brand new bottle, and I'm like, doesn't taste like my favorite Scotch. Last time
Otto
I
would
drank
know.
some, I was already
Yeah,
like
Otto
3 or 4
would know,
scotches
exactly.
in. Yeah, last time I had some, I was already like 3 or 4 scotches in, so I didn't really notice it at that point. But
Sorry, no idea. Nat 20, by the way.
Of course.
oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sitting here complaining. Listen, IRL Scotch going bad could be a really, really bad thing. But hey, that's
Yeah,
fucking incredible.
Yeah.
What was that, Maggie? You were saying?
I said when I saw his roll, I was like, dang,
Yeah.
that 24.
Wow, that is amazing. Okay, so whew, you in your few days of being there, once again, just like the way that you speak, everything about your mannerisms, the fact that you have Grumsh burned into your chest, and you can speak of the many great things to Grumsh that have happened over far to the east and whatnot, all the different things that you can do. You very quickly make friends with all the orcs that are here. And it's not like you try to pick and choose guards throughout a town that are literally trained to be suspicious of you. You're a half orc with the mark of Grumsh that says you're coming here with the command of his father or whatever, right? You very easily mingled in, and there's only 40 of them here, or about 40 of them here. So once again, very easy for you to just be like, I'm friends with everybody, and they all get along with you incredibly well. Sure, you might not get trashed every night, but you do mingle. You do carouse with them every night. You do have fun with them. You literally enjoy the time that you're with them too. I know Thonk is usually kind of a downer, but that doesn't mean he doesn't actually experience enjoyment. He actually does have a good time with them, and this is kind of like the more bestial nature, the thing that he loves about orcs. He doesn't get to partake in that because he's too busy working like his machinations, but he enjoys this. So, oh, God, it's tasting my mouth. I think it went bad.
You got that salty bear taste in your mouth. I
Oh, bring it back.
Go back.
Bring it back. In that case, I'll gladly drink some more.
Ooh.
No, I won't. So, oh, sorry. I'm gonna have to go get something in a minute to get rid of that flavor. So, you and with the prince, you guys get along very, very, very well. One of the things that you notice about this guy is if you had to put it inside gaming mechanics and how it is that you're role playing with him, he probably has about an average intelligence, like, you know, a 10, 11 intelligence, but he actually has a pretty good charisma. He's rocking like a 14 charisma. So he's well-spoken for an orc. And so he can speak to them and he can speak to you well enough to get his point across. He's just not very original with his thought. He also doesn't seem to come off as very wise. You got to come in and he questions things because he's supposed to, but he doesn't seem to like really follow through. Like he just accepts answers that you give him. And this is again with your high wisdom, you notice almost immediately, like after that first day, you're like, oh, this is easy. This is literally like a pawn on the chessboard, except more valuable. Excuse me, a well-positioned pawn, maybe a rook. I don't know. So you are get along with him very well. You give him all the information that you need, and he more or less offers you support. Like, oh, if you need something, let me know. It's we'll aid each other in making sure that we're able to get our hands on this gold and further the wantings of. One of the things that you're able to find out, because obviously you're trying to procure information as well, how often does he need to report back to Dark Arrow Keep? He doesn't. He's giving full autonomy.
Okay.
His father sent him here to do this job. He was given full autonomy. His father trusts him with this task.
Oh, that's actually fantastic to know.
Yep.
And the fact that he's so malleable and willing to work with me is actually going to make the first incident probably way easier to do.
So after that first few days, so you traveled here, your first few days here, you went back there, you spent a couple days there, so you spent the rest of the time there. That ends this ka-chunk 2-week period that we were just talking about. We're going to roll into the next 2-week period, and we're going to start off with Maggie and Bear. Do you guys want to have any RP coming in between last week and this week? With like, Thonk was gone for a few days, but you didn't necessarily like. He just wasn't in the bedroom for a few days. You don't spend the days.
notice that Thonk was gone because we go on an adventure to find Sir Fancy Feathers.
Oh hell yeah, let's do it. I'm all about that action. We go on an adventure to find Sir Fancy Feathers. We gotta find our way back to the Shadow Plane. The two of us together in the Shadow
Find a way
Plane.
to get there, and Gromit doesn't know how to get there, so let's go there.
So
That's the hard part, is getting to the Shadow Plane.
I think the only way that this could have been brought about was Otto and Gromit sitting drunkenly after the night's performance, groveling over the loss of Sir Fancy Feathers yet again.
I miss Sir Fancy Feather.
Me too, man.
You know, he's so pretty.
He was a great bird.
He showed me all things.
I loved watching you do that weird summoning thing. It was so cool.
And I miss fly. I try to fly like a bird, but
What
the
happened?
bird no good at fly, and so it eat weird stuff. Otto, don't eat weird stuff. No good.
I won't. We should go get him. Let's go get him. Just
Yes.
bumping his
yes.
fist on the table. We should
go
go.
Yeah, let's go. Gromit gets
Let's
up.
go. Otto stands up too. Like we're gonna go find him, and we just start moving out of the bar. Like, let's go find out how to get to the Shadow Plane. We'll make our way.
Feel our way there.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys just came to this conclusion when you're drunk. Do you continue to follow through when you're sober?
I think that probably led us to, like, initially wanting to go to the Shadow
He starts
Plane. Maybe
wandering
that
around, and Gromit's like, "Hello, how's we get this shadow around?"
Otto's feeling around like shadows on the walls of the buildings we're passing by. Like, how do I get in there?
Shadows there.
So yeah, that failed night of attempting to get into the Shadow Plane, but come morning, I think we still have the same idea, but maybe a little clearer.
Yeah, because with the clearer idea, I was going to say, that backtracking, you came to Dead Snow, traveling on magical horses back to what was it called? The Dark Arrow Keep, sorry. And to get there back to the tower, you traveled magically in the Plane of Shadow, and you know that the way that you left the Plane of Shadow was somebody there casting a spell on you. So if you were able to backtrack your way, which you should be able to, because both of you guys are good at that sort of a thing, and you were actually on the horses in this plane, so it would take a lot magic horses. It'd take a lot longer, but maybe you could accomplish it. Maybe he can send you to the Plane of Shadow with his little forky things. But you have no clue how to get back to the actual tower itself from there without a map to reference it. And who knows how long that'll take. Both those travels were magically expedited.
So
this is the sobering thought. What you do with it is, of course, your decision.
Stirring in the morning, I remember with breakfast with Gromit, Oh, yeah. We were gonna go get Sir Fancy Feathers, weren't we?
Yeah, we know good at finding Shadow Place.
But you remember who was that orc? You remember he had that weird fork.
Oh, I hate that thing. It make noise. I know like the noise. I know like the noise. I don't.
Right, but it worked. It got us to the Shadow Plane. Wouldn't that be worth it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot.
What if we? Well, I don't remember how to get back there. Do you?
No.
To the tower where Sir Fancy Feathers is.
Oh, I remember.
Oh, well, wonderful. If we could maybe, I wonder what kind of device that was. Maybe someone around here knows of a similar device that we could get.
Roll an Arcana check.
Okay.
You say exactly what you just said.
All right. I wonder if there's somewhere around here that might sell something similar we could use. Maybe we should go ask around a little.
Okay. Wait, do you remember where that guy lived? We borrow.
Oh, yeah, maybe we could just go ask him.
Wait, didn't he trap us in?
Oh, that's right. We used those horses. That was, might be a little longer of a trip than I'd like.
Oh yeah, and the door.
Ah, yeah. Let's try around here first. See if maybe someone around here knows what they're talking about.
Okay. We tell them we need triangle thing that make loud noise and take us to Shadow Place.
Otto smiles. Exactly.
Okay.
He says exactly, but because he knows the instruments and stuff like that very well, he knows it's not a triangle, it's a tuning fork. But that's okay. Grobman is not very bright. Otto knows instruments.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
She's like, he just like, ring, it must be triangle. Grobman
Otto
really
also
good at
knows it's
triangle.
important to let Gromman think that he's come to the correct conclusion every once in a while.
Oh, absolutely, of course.
Good for morale.
Gromman, we need more cowbell. Yes.
Right.
Yes, Gromman, more cowbell. Yes, Gromman.
Mhm.
So you guys actually, that's not a terrible idea. You can roll me a persuasion check to try to find information. Both of you can. Or I was gonna say, or one of you I was gonna say, or one of you can with advantage.
I think Gromman would like if people don't know what we're trying to get. Or wait, do they know what we're trying to get, or how we?
You're trying to find out how to find out what you want to find out.
Okay.
Pretty much. Mhm.
If Otto doesn't succeed, Gromman will use intimidation to get people.
Can we? Oh well, hold on. What if we work to like allow Gromman's presence to give advantage to Otto's persuasion? Because I
Ooh,
think
yeah,
like
yeah.
I've got a
You're
plus
talking,
9.
you're talking good cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Pull that routine on him.
No. I gotcha. And doing good cop, bad cop will give you that advantage that I had mentioned. So why don't you re-roll with advantage and see how that
All right.
goes.
There we go.
Ha ha ha.
Oh,
Exactly the
okay.
same.
Fine.
Listen, that's funny.
They
Okay,
got
so
20 intimidation though.
Mm-hmm. That is, yeah,
They
that should
poop their
count
pants.
for something.
yes, it does. It means you definitely gave him that advantage, Maggie. So you go around and you're trying to find out. And I imagine Gromit gets a little more aggressive as because of how you just described it. It gets a little bit more aggressive as it goes to try to get somebody to convince you to give information. You guys find nothing, and this isn't like all done in one sitting. Like let's keep knocking on doors. Like it's over the course of 2 weeks. Asking around intelligently and making good plans. Because we talked about that big chunk. So that was a failure. So we're going to put a pin in that for now. And we're going to move on to your typical performance check.
Okay. Bada bing, bada boom.
Oh, those 16s just love you, baby. Just
Yeah,
love
they
you.
do.
So you do a performance that allows you the 68 that we had discussed before. 24.
Ah,
Maggie, what is it? Like you can't do as much because you spent so much time with Bear doing the other things. But what was it that Gromit would do on the side, trying to find out, whatever in the 2 weeks?
I guess without Otto, Grommen still tries to find the thing.
Okay. So this,
After a few days, Grommen knows what the thing is called now.
mhm.
So he's like, you know, fork tuning. And he's like trying to find people who might have that type of.
Mm-hmm.
So you do it with Otto half the time, and without Otto the other half the time. You can roll for me,
Yeah.
but because you're already doing it as well, you can roll me your intimidate, which is your plan, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And do it with disadvantage because you're already doing this as well. So you're kind of like trying a second path.
Okay.
Sadly, it is you annoy a few people, but you aren't able to get your hands on any more information. So,
Damn it.
yeah, sorry, Megs. All right,
So Fancy Feather, I shall find you.
one day.
One day.
I'll fly away. All right, so Mathis, your plan has changed slightly for these next 2 weeks. You have had success, though it took a long time. You've had marginal success. Oh, Bear.
Yes.
Based off what Mathis says next, you don't have time to continue carousing for him because you try to find the tuning fork
Yeah.
as well as performing. So that kind of eats up your time. I'm not going to do more than a 45-hour work week. Let's just I have to get drunk. So, you, Mathis, what do you do since you had marginal success with them over a long period of time and fucking amazing success over there in fucking no time? What do you do with these next 2 weeks?
I guess the goal is to this next 2 weeks is to set up the first incident.
Describe for me the incident and how you want it to play out.
So the
Play
idea
those strings for me.
So the idea here is to, like I said, over the next couple weeks, start whispering the seeds of dissent amongst orcs, the ones who are eager for fighting, eager for war, and make it clear that the prince doesn't want that, and kind of just, feed the thought. And the goal is to ask the prince, like, hey, there's this area where I think there could be gold. Can you have a couple of your men meet me, in X place at X hour of the night? I'll be there waiting, and I'll walk them there. Meet me at night. That way we can avoid townspeople, this, that, and the other. And then I will meet them there, but I'm not actually going to meet them there. What I'm going to do is hopefully get a couple of drunk guards, send them out that way, convince them to go out that way for other reasons, have them meet, and then through thaumaturgy or something, startle the orcs into attacking the humans and have the humans get killed.
Okay. So, as I said, you make great friends with them very quickly.
What,
You
Maggie?
drink with them. You make great friends with them very quickly. You drink with them. You party with them, and you continue to do so to a smaller degree.
Yeah.
You're still very thug. When you go back and visit them again, and yeah, we're gonna find that gold, but they're just not telling us where it is. Like, we need to make them tell us, that sort of a thing.
Yep.
And so just dwarves anyways. Eat their brain.
Well, we're not
whatever.
zombies.
Oh, orcs eat brain. Oh, dwarves eat brain. Actually, specifically in Faerun, dwarves eat like goblin brains and stuff like that. That's part of their cuisine. Oh,
Didn't know that. Wow, you know too much.
I read a lot of Faerun books. way too many of them. So that's not abnormal. Goblins aren't people. So moving on. You kind of sow that dissent, as you were just saying.
Yeah.
You start to sow that dissent and get them to be like, yeah, we really do need it because it's been so flippity-flopping long, and we've had zero movement whatsoever on our plan. We're more or less just sitting in a cave and eating things that we kill with a bow and arrow. Ooh, exciting. So, it's easy to get them to do that. And the guards, what's the story you're telling them to get them to come to the spot?
It could just very easily be just like a drunken walk with me one night and send them ahead. Like, I gotta take a piss. I'll catch up with you, kind of thing.
Okay,
we get
and the
close to
spot
that.
is outside of town?
Yep, I want them outside of town, maybe like a 30-minute hour walk somewhere around there. And obviously, what I'm telling the orcs is like the gold is going to be near town, so I would expect them to travel far out, and basically to one particular meeting place where I'm going to take a piss. I'll meet up with you, and the humans are going to go ahead, and hopefully that's where I spark the conflict.
Okay, so you're going to have to roll for me a persuasion check on the guards. Now, part of me wants to impose disadvantage because you're convinced them to go way out of town for this reason. Part of me wants to give advantage because you're already friendly with them and they're drunk and you're hanging out with them. You're like, oh, let's go drunk and walk. But it's like somebody like me, when I get drunk, I love going for walks. I mean, that's like my favorite thing. I'm like, oh, let me go get some fresh air and then come back and drink some more. Most people are kind of like, but I'm drinking. I just want to eat food.
How about I burn?
Are there girls there?
What if I burn an advantage? Not an advantage, inspiration.
Okay, so I was saying those balance each other out to be like a normal. But
Sure.
if you want to do that, you definitely have advantage on it.
I'll do that. I will burn my inspiration and give myself advantage on this persuasion. 12.
Okay. So with your 12, actually, by the way, I will tell you this because you don't usually spam it, but this is super important in the name of Grumsh. There is something that you could do to make that better.
Bless. Bless. Guidance.
Guidance. You could have done that beforehand.
True. I forgot about. I always forget about guidance.
Again, I don't believe in spamming that spell. However, if it's like, okay, this is something
I
I've
like said a
building
prayer to
towards for a
myself
long
or
time.
something.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll
You
take it.
literally go and get the other round, and as you get the other round, you say a prayer and you come back and say what you're saying.
Add 3 to that. 15.
So so you're going to them and you're having the conversation with them, and you're like, okay, so outside of town, blah blah blah. They're kind of like at first like, I don't know, I don't know if I want to or whatever. And so like you guys have that drink, and then you go back and you get another round, and you come back, you're like, I don't know, maybe we should. And you actually do convince them. It's not like it's a quick. It takes some time, but you do actually convince them to do it. To actually go for the walk with you, go outside of town, just like hang out or whatever the case is. God, that taste is still in my mouth. So gross. I just ate a chicken salad sandwich on potato roll, which is like the most flavorful thing, and it's still there. Chicken and mayo couldn't get rid of it. Oh, it's so gross. How did I drink a whole glass before?
Now you know how Grumman feels
Oh.
after eating.
Oh.
You know, the funny part is last time I rolled, I made my constitution check. I didn't get sick or anything, but I rolled so low on my wisdom, I went for a second one. Luckily, this time I made the save, and I will not do it again. Ooh. So gross. Anyway, so you convince them to go out there, but it's not like they're like, woohoo, yeah, let's go do this. It takes like a little bit of convincing to continue moving forward to do so. So you're out there, you're walking with them, and finally comes to the point where you're kind of like, oh yeah, I gotta pee. All right.
Yeah.
So because you didn't get a handed success, you're gonna have to roll for another persuasion.
Damn it.
This is actually an easier one too, and you already used your inspiration. You can get advantage again.
I can get advantage again?
You may have advantage again. However, should you cast guidance immediately before doing this one, it's gonna be a little overt, you know, like
Yeah, true. All right, I'll just roll with advantage and hope for the best.
like, hey guys, Grumsh, guide me in decepting these fuckers. I'm just gonna do this thing. I gotta pee, you know.
I rolled an 18 though, so we're good.
Your prayer to Grumsh is prostate, don't fail me now. Guys, I'm just gonna go and take a pee. So you are you make your 18, you go, yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, sure. So they keep moseying on. Because they're kind of like hanging back and waiting for you, they mosey forward. They're not walking quite as driven as they were when you were with them. Kind of like how I walk with my friends in real life. I go fast and with purpose. And when I'm not directing that, everybody's kind of like meanders, like sheep in a field, you know, like you. Like,
I'm a slow walker, man. I wouldn't walk well with you.
Yeah, enjoy it.
God.
Thank you.
I'm a
God.
methodical walker.
I am one of those people. I can't go to malls. I can't do it. Move. Mall Tuesday at like 11:15 in the morning. It's the only time I can go. It's old people that stay out of my way.
I don't know how you lived through PAX East, man.
I meandered like a champ. I dragged my feet to everything. Yep. All right. So moving on. So they meander forward, and you stop to piss. Roll me a perception check. Again, you're listening for it. You know exactly where things are. I will give you advantage again.
Okay. 18 again.
Oh, I thought there was almost the identical roll.
Almost.
Actually, oh no, it wasn't, because there's only 3 more. If it was a 9, it would have been. So you allow them to go forward, and then all of a sudden you hear, coming from the direction where you expected, the orcs are moving towards that area where you're going to. So you kind of like, oh, I walked north off the road to take a piss because I knew they were coming from the north, sort of a thing. You hear them coming. So now you know that they most likely going to intersect where it was that you had planned. What is your plan?
So I guess the plan here at this point is to use thaumaturgy.
Chat is saying they cannot see the rolls, Mathis.
The rolls? Oh, sorry, my bad. There you go.
Yeah.
Use thaumaturgy to cause like make it sound like people shouting, like attack, kill them, whatever. Something simple, something direct. Orcs aren't going to stand, or orcs will think of as a threat to cause the orcs to attack. Drunken humans.
Yeah. What is the thaumaturgy like? Describe for me what it is that you're doing with the thaumaturgy.
My voice booms up to 3 times as loud for 1 minute. So
No, I know what the spell does. I know the various things you do.
Oh, just gonna make it sound like the
Paint
humans.
me a picture, Mathis.
I just did make it sound like the humans, like make a loud noise that says like get them or kill the orcs. Something very simple to get the orcs to spook, who are already chomping at the bit for a fight, to just attack preemptively and just kill the humans when they meet up.
Okay. And you do that over by the orcs.
Yes.
Okay. So you try to make it so the humans can't hear it.
Or it just spurs the orcs on, more or less. Correct.
Okay. So how close are you hoping they're going to be when you cast a spell?
Close enough. Dark
vision is 60 feet. Same
so
as
yeah,
you, buddy.
all they need is they just need to see him. That's it. That's all they need to see.
The only downside to this plan, and you notice this immediately. So you're coming up with this plan. You're like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. As soon as they can see their silhouettes. You know, I know that they're close enough to just kind of like act. They're meandering forward and they're walking this direction. It's not like there's a perfect meeting spot. It's not like they're instantly gonna fall exactly where you want to in this perfect coordinate on your map there. So they're not going to necessarily meet up in this wide open naturey area. So how are you going to kind of direct them to hit the spot that you need?
Let's. Well, all I need the orcs to see them and attack. I don't need them to meet in a very specific spot. I just need the orcs to be able to see them within. To see
them, yeah. But that's within 60 feet. To see further than that, to hear, sure. But 60 feet is a very small area and wide open nature.
True.
A football field is,
How can I get them? How can I get them within 60 feet? Guaranteed. That's a good question. My spells don't allow for too much there. Well, what I could do is like do something along the lines of just like, that doesn't give off any light though. I don't know. That's a good question. How am I going to get them to get within 60 feet?
You do have a high wisdom. Would you like to meta get knowledge from your party to help supplement the fact that you do not have an 18 wisdom?
Sure. Let's go with that.
Do either
My
of you have
prepared
suggestions?
spells don't really help me here.
I don't know anything. It's just in general most of the time.
I can use that spell as often as I want, chat. It's just a level 0 spell. Unlock door, alts appearance your eyes.
Is there anything I can...
Oh, I could use thaumaturgy to create
nothing that... just to be clear, Bear, it's not nothing that Otto can do. Suggestions for Thonk to do.
I could use thaumaturgy to create a flickering flame in the area to cause their eyes to draw that way.
Okay, so like something that would make them to want to investigate that area.
Right, exactly.
Okay, there you go. That's not a bad idea. So what you're doing is you're throwing up like some sort of lights and maybe a little bit of sound or whatever it is that's between the two of them because you know about where they are. You can hear them even if you can't necessarily see them. To be able to notice over in the area. Now, to slap away any concerns about, why is it such a short distance that they need to be to one another, don't think that this is a wide open plain and that this is like a nice flat area. As I said before, this town is over by the base of like a mountainous region. So there's lots of hills and rocks and whatnot everywhere. It's not like it's a huge barren wasteland or anything, but there's still trees in the way. There's still rocks. There's uneven ground. The humans are pretty much on a road, whereas the orcs aren't. But it doesn't mean the orcs are just going to instantly cross T onto the road or intersect with it. So you're doing this that's slightly off the north side of the road, but very close to it, to get the orcs to walk and check out what that is. Just because like, oh, there's a light over there. Let's at least see if there's gold, right? And then the humans to be like, oh, well, we're near the town. We should probably investigate and see if they got ale. And so you do that to get their attention over there. And finally, it does work the way you want to. They do get close enough that they're within a good enough distance from the light that maybe they can see each other, maybe they can't, but you don't think you're gonna get any luckier than how close they are right now, looking at this random light and maybe some slight sounds, but no people there. So they're kind of like, what is that? This is your moment. And so you want to go with the same plan,
Yep.
like, kill the orcs, get them.
Yeah.
And then the orcs are gonna be like, oh, what's that? And so do me a favor, roll me a deception check. You're using magic. Everybody's on edge. You get an advantage again. Apparently I'm throwing you big bones today.
Deception's not a good roll for me, however.
Good.
So we'll see how this goes. 13. Not
Okay.
terrible for a +1.
That's again, you're dealing with orcs, and how smart are those orcs?
Well, not very.
So you roll your deception check to try to catch them off guard, and so the orcs immediately hearing this, because they say it's said in common, they don't understand all the words, but they understand it well enough. They draw out their weapons and immediately start looking around and moving towards where that light is. Like what is that? They're kind of like rushing forward a little bit, not like charging full in, but rushing forward a little bit and getting around to like see what's going on and where they are. The humans are did the humans hear it? Ooh, that's a really good question, Scott. I can ask that. Welcome. The humans didn't. I rolled a natural 1. They're drunk. They're distracted. The humans did not hear anything. They're like, there's nobody
That
there.
Muppet's coming back.
I know, the Muppets is back, man.
I do a lot of that voice to my poor daughter. You know what I mean? That poor little thing. So they're making their way over to it and trying to kind of like gather, like, what is this? What's going on? They don't notice the sound at all. And the orcs are rushing for it. And now they're seeing the humans. And when they see the humans, they don't react exactly as you were hoping. They actually see the humans and they immediately kind of like lie low and crouch. Yes, you've sowed dissent where it is that you felt necessary, but they know their orders. They're not idiots. They're lying low and they're crouching. They're investigating, seeing what it is these humans are doing. You actually see one of them nudging them and pointing at the other one. And then they're kind of like chuckling silently to themselves, looking at the humans. Another one off to the side, giving like a command for them to be quiet. But they're watching the humans. Humans don't notice them. I rolled a 1.
Damn, humans don't notice shit. Damn it. They're not attacking. I need them to attack. It never goes as according to plan. Drop, grovel, halt. Because I can't command them to attack, right? Command doesn't work that way.
Commands, no. Come, sit, yell, urinate. One word commands.
What if I was just
You
charge?
just drop bars? What the fuck was that?
I know. What if the command was charge?
I mean, I suppose you could say poop. Charge, yes, charge would in fact work.
All right, let's have them.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to attack, but like, ah!
No, but all I need is to look aggressive and charge in that general direction, and see if that works.
Mhm.
So let's give it. Let's go for it. Let's have them roll.
I also imagine magic, like every character has a certain like theme to them and has like a bit of magic. So with Thonk saying charge, it clearly has that like aggressive, like charge forward into combat kind of
Fire.
connotation or theme to it, right?
Actually, that's even better. Use what Otto did earlier, many episodes ago, and just say fire.
Don't
I
bring
was
that
gonna say,
many
whereas
back.
if Otto did the same exact spell, the same exact command, it'd be more of like a charge, charge. And people are like, oh. So you actually want to do that?
You could say that and then also cause the fire with your thaumaturgy.
Yes.
I think Tiger would appreciate that.
Who? Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Also, wouldn't Thonk? Thonk's all about chaos.
Oh yeah, of course. No, yeah.
He knows how effective it is. It was done once before.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
By the master of chaos, Otto himself.
That auto
Okay.
They're
So
drunk,
Fire's
so
death.
hopefully their will is low.
You cast You yell fire, and then you said you cast a spell. Is that what? I don't. Maybe Maggie
Command.
said that,
Command
I'm
is the
sorry.
spell. For
Oh,
them to
command
fire.
is the spell. Fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Fire.
And I'll cast it as a second level, so I affect both of them.
Ooh. Okay. Cool. So they do exactly that. So this to the humans, or sorry, to the orcs.
To the humans to fire at towards the orc, fire arrow towards the orc, and then get the
So
orcs to do it.
You don't get to. The only downside to this, I'm sorry, I'm just being nitpicky here. You can't give direction with the spell chart, with the spell command, and they don't see the target.
So if I do it to the orcs, then they'll do it.
They see the target.
All right, then I'll do it to the orcs. I just need them to fucking hit one another. That's all I need. Fight to start. So
Sure.
that works.
There are 3 orcs. You want to do it as a?
I'll do it as a
spell
third
to hit
then. I'll do it as a third and get hit all 3.
All 3 at once. Awesome. That's friggin' amazing. So let me make my saving throw. DC is 15. God, I love those macros in there. It makes life easier. Saving throw, and this is against the orcs who are dumb as stumps. No offense, Maggie. So, out of the 3, actual nat 20 on one of them. Out of the 3, 2 of them actually all of a sudden, with whatever weapons they have at hand, whether they be holding a ranged weapon like a throwing axe or a spear at the moment, or holding a crossbow at the moment, 2 of them actually do line up and throw at one of the humans. I'll make my attacks in a second. And the other one holds back, like, what was that? Like, overcoming the spell, not quite sure what happened to those around them, heard the word fire, almost felt the urge to do it. Oh, that doesn't work because of things. Oh, no, I'll just attack Thunk. That works. Because, fuck Thunk. Bam.
Is it backfiring all of a sudden?
Actually, no, I have to select the target. Actually, they get advantage on this attack, don't they? Because they're attacking people that are unawares of it. And so they have plus, and the damage is... Okay. All right. So... they both attack the same human, doing a combined total of 13 points of damage to that human, clearly killing him, instantly killing him. So, and falls to the other guy's like, whoa, whoa, and pulls out his sword, but he's like has a hard time with it for a second because he's so drunk. He has a hard time with it, and then finally pulls his sword free, and he's like, no, Kevin! And so he's like waving his sword around and rushing into the light, trying to see where this attack came from, trying to find out what's going on. However, that third orc that saw things happening and has no idea why they attacked or anything like that, he sees this guy rushing out at them with the sword, and he's just like, I need to handle this situation. And so he goes and attacks as well. And so I'm going to attack him. He still can't see them, but he's aware of combat, doesn't get advantage. I literally rolled a natural 20.
Goodbye, human number 2.
I rolled 6 regular damage and 7 on the critical hit. So 13 points of damage from that one guy. That is incredible. So by himself, he lines up we'll say he has the crossbow, lines up the crossbow, aims and fires, hits the guy right in the top of his throat. So he kind of like severs part of the spine, comes out the back of his neck, stays there. And the guy's just like, kind of like falls down to his knees, kind of like grabs the thing to like hold it and do something with it, but then just kind of like falls to the ground and starts like convulsing and whatnot as he lies there dead as well. The 3 orcs are looking around at each other like super confused. I assume you don't want to get noticed.
No, I do not want to be seen.
Stealth check for me.
Oh, fuck.
However, they are distracted, so the DC is not going to be high.
Shit. 9.
Oh.
Okay. So,
So the DC was 5.
well, you got to think it's base 10, plus if they're trained in it, plus whatever their wisdom score is. So if it's not trained and the wisdom score is a
Minus
9 or
1.
an 8,
Yeah.
that's a 9, not distracted.
Let's hope.
So anyways, they don't seem to notice you off to the side. Are you done peeing yet?
I didn't pee at all. That was...
Prostate problems. That's
All right, yeah.
So-
I didn't get to pray to Grumsh for my prostate issues.
So you are standing there watching them with their confusion. And before we kind of come back to wrap this up in like a 45 minutes or a little bit less, why don't we take our last break? I need to get something to get this fucking flavor out of my mouth.
Sounds
Oh.
good. We'll be back in a couple minutes, guys.
Ginger.
Ginger, there you go. Don't go anywhere. Oh God, I'm gonna sneeze.